Ooh. It's a 10-second delay or something like that. Oh, there we go. Gosh, that was quick. Let's see. Edit video. Save. There we go. Hopefully that's good. We just need to go back here, make sure that input is off. Otherwise, everybody will hear it twice. That input is off. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane dedicated, with another live stream. Hopefully, this one will not get interrupted like yesterday, and I do apologise for that. But what we're going to talk about this morning is we're going to talk about SIMtoolkit Pro. I did mention it yesterday, and I said that I would be showing you that, and that's what I'm going to show you this morning. So SIMtoolkit Pro. So if you haven't seen it, it's a free flight planning, moving map charts repository thing toolkit. That's the best way of explaining it. And there's so many out there. My preferred choice is EFB, Electronic Flight Bag by Avelasoft. That's my preferred choice, but there are so many. There's Little Nav Map, there's Navigraph, there's loads. But somebody mentioned this the other day, and I hadn't really looked at it. In fact, I'd never looked at it, heard a lot about it, and I thought I would have a look. So I did, and I downloaded it, installed it. Now, I was going to go through the install process this morning with you, but then I didn't do that because when I clicked on install, it was such an easy install, I thought, oh, there's no point showing people that. But you download it, you get a zip file, you open up the zip file, and you end up with this icon on your desktop here. Okay, this SIMtoolkit Pro icon here that's right in the middle of my screen. I hope you can see that. And double click it, and it opens up this interface. Now I'm going to close down the cameras so you can actually see the whole thing. So just bear with me a second. I'll close that camera, and so here you have the whole interface, and I hope you can see this. And this is the dashboard. This is the first port of call. What I forgot to do was start Xplane, so I'll start Xplane in the background, hopefully. Let's just check. Right, so we put that into the background, and this is known as the dashboard. And basically, you've got total flights here. So this would show your information: total flights, total aircraft you've used, your hours, and it would tell you your current location. Of course, there is no current location because I haven't connected it to Flight Simulator to Xplane, so I can't show you that. Over here is a world map, and these are all the flights that are taking place at the moment on VATSIM, because I've already set SIMtoolkit Pro to connect to VATSIM. Okay, so these are all the VATSIM flights throughout the world, and we can look at that in some detail in a moment. Down here would be your flight log. It would show all your flights in detail. Of course, I haven't done any, so you can't see anything. That just changes the way that everything looks. This would be your logbook then, and it would show you all your flights. So the flights that you've done wherever in the world, it would show you your flights to and from, and you'd be able to click on one of those flights and you'd be able to see it in detail. Okay. You can have a fleet of aircraft, so it show you all your aircraft that you've used, and you can manage that fleet. You can add aircraft to it. So let's see, I'm going to add we'll add the A321. Okay, airline code, well, I only use British Airways, so we'll use that one. And it's asking for a registration. Oh, it'll be G-BOAC, we'll call it. And my current location is EGFF, Cardiff SimBrief airframe ID. I could. Right, so if you're using a custom SimBrief airframe, you could put it in there because this connects to SimBrief as well. So just click OK, and there's my first aircraft. Okay, that I put in. There's no flights, no hours as yet, so I can create a fleet of aircraft. We'll add one more. So it's the Boeing, where is it? 737-800. Okay, airline code again, BAW. Registration, we'll just put 2302. Aircraft location is EGFF. And so there's my second aircraft, which is 738-2302. Let's do something a little bit different. So we'll add the 73800. Where is it? 737-800. We'll use Ryanair. Okay. Registration 2302. Aircraft location EGFF. Click OK, and there's my Ryanair aircraft. And so you can, whichever aircraft you fly, a log will be generated against that. And you'll notice though that the British Airways one has actually got the British Airways flash there, whereas that one didn't, and the Ryanair one didn't pick up the Ryanair logo either. It's odd. We'll check that out. Anyway, so that is that. You can have landing reports, of course. It would show landing reports, and there's the map, and it will show all your visited locations. I'm going to get back to the dashboard. Okay, so also down here you've got news, and we've got news here from FS Elite. I think it's all FS Elite Threshold. I think that's hardwired in, that this will pick up just from FS Elite and Threshold. Okay, let's have a look where we're at with Xplane. So just click on new flight, and we'll go to Cardiff. We're in the B737-800X, so start that. We'll just minimize that again. Okay, so that's just the dashboard. That's all that is. Moving on, let's have a look. We've got a live map. So click on that, and this is a live map throughout the world. It will generate, there we go. Not only is it generating aircraft that are around, yeah, you can see these aircraft here. There's one down here by the Isle of Wight, but it also shows you weather. Now, I was having some discussion about this with a friend yesterday, and the weather, you see, it's not all over the world. So you've got kind of the UK, Central Europe, Eastern Europe here, up towards Norway, Finland, Iceland. Then over here we have some weather that's going through kind of the Korean Peninsula. Oh look, that's all the world flight traffic, by the way, there. So all the traffic that's on world flight, that's there. Alright. This curious piece of weather here, whoops, this kind of upside down L, or an F, which is missing a bit, that has been like that for the last 3 days. And you'll see kind of different depictions of weather. Over here in the US, you haven't got the whole of the United States covered. So this leads me to conclude that whoever has developed this is only being able to pick up weather data from weather stations that are actually allowing their data to be freely available. That's all I can think of. Until I can speak to the developer, I don't know. But the weather picture over the UK at the moment is not too bad. It's not raining here in Cardiff, although there is a good chance of a little bit of rain in a moment or two. So coming back to this, you can have different map styles. So this is dark. There is light, which is very, very bright indeed, I have to say. That is MapNIC, and I don't know what MapNIC stands for. Satellite, and topographical or topographic, which shows you, the topography of the land, which is pretty neat. A bit messy. I think dark is probably the better one. Now then, so map style. You've got options here, so you can change the colours of FIR boundaries, your plan when it comes up. You can change all sorts of things. Radar range, transparency. So, I can put the rain as bright or as opaque as I want. Leave it in there, the middle. Xplane aircraft, prepared aircraft, and FSX aircraft, and MSFS aircraft as well. Okay, so I think there's quite a few people on MSFS because they're green. Yeah, Xplane11 is this colour here, the blue ones. And prepared, doesn't seem to be anybody on prepared at the moment. I'm sure there must be somewhere in the world, but it doesn't appear to be. Anyway, I could put my VATSIM network ID in there if I so wished. I probably will do at some point or another. Or that might actually populate when I connect to VATSIM. So that's VATSIM traffic, which is the pale blue, and IVAO traffic, which is a kind of purple colour. But I'm on VATSIM. Okay? VATSIM, flights, ATC, and airport ATC. So just zoom in a little bit, and if I, oops, too far. Right, so find an aircraft here. Hold the mouse over the aircraft. It tells you. Hang on. It's kind of a weird click spot area there. There we go. So Speedbird 434 is somebody called Ian. He's going from LC to PH. He's at 31,000 feet at 460 knots. Pretty good. Same here. Somebody that's in free flight. He hasn't got a flight plan filed, but then again, he's at 0 knots, so he's on the ground at 315 feet. So maybe he hasn't filed a plan just yet. Coming towards Birmingham, we've got Breno Wassawo. Once again, he's on the ground at 335 feet and 0 knots. Somebody flying through here. He's going to Frankfurt, I believe, EGBH to Frankfurt. So you can see, you can look at all the aircraft, and then here at Manchester, you can see who is on in terms of ATC. It's a bit weird with the zoom, I'm afraid. So you've got somebody on ground, Vince Farrow's on ground, and that's about it. So he's ground and he's showing his ATIS as well. Oh, he's just gone offline, which is a shame. Whilst we're here at Manchester, let me zoom in at Manchester Airport. And as you zoom in, the airport comes alive. And so you've got all the stand numbers, the runways, the taxiways, absolutely in high detail. Really good. That is really good. You've got to be a bit clever with the zoom in. Oh, it looks as though he's come back online now. Right. So that is the live map. See, with the zoom. And I'm using my mouse wheel, so it's pretty hard to kind of guess. Every time you zoom, it seems as though it disconnects and then it has to reconnect, because there was somebody on approach up at Glasgow. Or does it only show at a particular zoom level? I've lost it again. So there's a couple of little glitches, but nothing major. Zoom into Glasgow. As you get closer, zoom in, the airport becomes alive. Ah, there we are. Now, you just saw a circle there. Somebody was online, radar there. I think that's going to be Edinburgh. Yeah, Edinburgh. Edinburgh radar. So you've got Stephen Calder. See that it went off. I don't know whether it keeps going on and offline. Anyway, that is the live map. Very useful. You can see we've got some FIRs here, sensor on, sensor down here, sensor here as well. So that's the live map. Moving on, let's have a look at flight planning. All right, now this is really neat, because in flight planning you can just drop in a flight plan, okay, or you can load a flight plan, or you can even find one on SimBrief, or you can create a route, or find me a route. So search for a route by airline, yeah. Create a new plan, load latest from SimBrief. I haven't got my SimBrief running, so what I need to do is come over here and open up SimBrief. So let me open up that and log in, because as I say, it is connected to SimBrief, and we'll try this again. Okay, so let's go back to flight planning. Reset plan. Right, okay, so load latest from SimBrief. No, it's not working. It is connected to SimBrief and I am here. Hang on, if I go to SimBrief and my saved flights, and I click on one, okay, so try again, reset plan. Nope, it's not picked it up for some reason. So what I can do, we'll do it this way instead. I can load an FMS plan. So FMS plans are those in Xplane. So you can see here, I've got a number of plans. Let's find there we go. So flight number put everything in there, search for the aircraft, so it's B738, take that one, update plan, flying now, let's go to Xplane, that's why, because Xplane is messing up. So I need to restart that again and change aircraft, I think. Nothing ever goes the way you want, does it? Oddly enough, every time I load up into this, it always puts me over Heathrow, and I don't understand why it does that, but whenever I load up the flight plan, it sends us over Heathrow, and I think that might be because when you download it, you have to register, you have to create an account, and I think because my account, I'm from the UK, it's picked that up. I think. I'm clutching at straws there a little bit. Just going back to this a moment, you can select any number of simulators. So if you've got MFS, P3D, or Flight Simulator X, which is FSX, you can highlight any one of those or all of them, because you might have all of them on your system, and then you can use them at any time. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. We'll come down here just for a moment. You've got streaming tools, which yes, they work, but they're not. I put them into my stream the other day just to check, and whilst you can get this up, unfortunately, the way that you manage the banner in your tool set, in whether it be in OBS, Threshold, or XSplit, it's a bit clunky, but it works. I mean, you could use you could customize the layout yourself. with the script here on the right hand side, or you could use a custom CSS, whatever you want. Connection status, obviously, this is what your state, it would show your aircraft state when you're on the ground finally in an aircraft, and whatever it's doing, this would show you your aircraft status. You can donate, and then you've got settings here. So these are all the settings. So my language is English. Light modes, disable some extra parts of SIMtoolkit Pro. Dynamic sidebar, confirm exit. Pretty simple things. Also SimConnect, auto login, which I've got set. Weather source is live. Although you can use ChartFox embedded. There's a ChartFox embedded chart system, and I'm not quite sure what's that regarding. That might be when you zoom into the airports and you've got the layout of the airport. Online nicknames, username, performance, etc. I've disabled the automatic update system. I may put that on. This is my Xplane. It's where it is, and that's all you really need to do is put where your Xplane is. Auto scan for scenery, run connection tests. Simple stuff like that. There. If you're on Twitch, you can have you can enable all of that, so your Twitch username and so forth, and use Twitch token. If you use Swift, you can this will install a clean textureless UI set for Swift, so it'll end up looking like that. So obviously the developer of this uses Swift, and there's kind of thoughts about that. And then there's a whole list of patch notes here. Tools and data. I showed you that. You've got checklists, so there's a checklist for all of the aircraft. So 737-800, add that, aircraft name, 0, okay. There's a wind calculator for any airport, e.g. FF. Runway. So yeah, the wind today. So it's giving me a METAR. The wind is 26017, gusting to 27. That's right, because we're in the middle of the storm Aiden, or coming out the end of it. Network, Sim Network Explorer. Ooh, look at all those networks. I didn't realize there's so many different networks. Mind you, FS Cloud is not surprising, because a lot of people use that. It's an approach system currently disabled to improve support. Right, so that's disabled for the time being. What else? I think that's about it. Going back to the dashboard, let me just check. Let's get this going. For some reason it didn't like the 737-800X. I tell you what, we'll load up. We'll load up the IXEG, Cardiff. Just minimize that again, because I think I just want to show you this one thing on the live map. Oh, you see there's more ATC coming on everywhere. Let's just zoom in a bit. Whoa! I don't like that zoom function. It can really catch you out. Really catch you out. Let's just see what... just wait for Xplane to load up. We'll come back to the dashboard. Or connect Xplane. So it had connected to Xplane. We're just waiting for Xplane to do its thing as usual. And then we go back to the live map. Right, let me have a quick look here, see if there's any questions. I don't even know how many people are watching. There's 4 watching. Good morning, you 4 people. Hope you're okay. We're looking at SIMtoolkit Pro. After this, I'm going to do another live stream, but slightly different. I'm going to do a live stream VATSIM for beginners, because there are so many questions on VATSIM for beginners Facebook group. So I'm going to go off. When I finish this, I'll go off and then I'm going to reconnect in a different format because I'm going to try something a bit different. And in the future, if this works, what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to try and do some conversations. So in other words, have a couple of people on stream at the same time broadcasting live, and we'll do like Q&As, but there'll be a couple of us who'll be able to answer questions. You'll be able to write in your questions, and there'll be a couple of people on screen at the same time, and you can ask questions of either of us or both of us or all of us if I can get a couple of people who might be interested in joining me live on stream with their webcams on. I don't know. Some people like webcams, some people don't. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. I used to do public speaking, so I'm not bothered about anything like that. Doesn't worry me in the slightest. Oh, come on, Xplane, do your thing, man, do your thing. It's loading the aircraft, so we might get there. Because what I want to show you is when you load in and you're connected, just your aircraft, and don't forget, I'm not on VATSIM yet, so all the VATSIM traffic is here. But when my Xplane connects to this, you'll see my aircraft at Cardiff Airport, and that's what I wanted to show you. And hopefully I'll be able to it's not responding, is it? Does anybody else ever have this problem with their Xplane, that at certain points it just goes, no, I am not playing? You could take simply ages. Let's shut down that and Teams, and we'll get rid of Discord as well. Not that that matters, because my machine can handle all of that at the same time. Might as well just turn it off. Right, we'll try again. Try again. Infuriating at times, infuriating. Was it no questions? Anybody got any questions? Or say hello, say good morning, please, at least. And I know that I'm not just talking to myself. I know I'm not talking to myself because there's people out there. But just say good morning, say hello. I'll give you a shout out. Be nice to see who's around this early out. Is it early on a Sunday? Let's have a look. Nah, 10 past 10. It's not early. Not early at all. Let's Xplane. It looks as though Xplane may do fare a little bit better this time. Let's get on stand. Okay. Let's hold our breath. Yes, hello and good evening. Good evening, Paul. So if it's evening time for you, you're either in the West or you're down in Australia. No, you wouldn't be in Australia because Australia's like 12 hours difference, so you've got to be in the West somewhere. Mike Smith, good morning, Mike. How are you? Obviously, you're in the Northern Hemisphere somewhere. Oh, you've just woken up, Evan. Oh, Ewan Galloway's just woken up. Good morning. So Ewan's probably in the UK or he's in the Northern Hemisphere somewhere. Mike Smith has just woke up. I've been awake since, God knows when, 6:30, something like that, something crazy like that. Yeah, unfortunately, I only sleep 6 hours a night, so. Right, you can see down here already, even though Xplane has not opened, we are connected, because that's me, there. Whoops, that is me. Oh no, it's not. That's Ben Allen. Oh right, well that's okay. We'll see me shortly, with any luck, if Xplane behaves itself. Oh, what the hell is going on? Why is it getting stuck? So infuriating when this happens. We'll leave it. It says it's not responding, but we know that Xplane can do its thing in the background, don't we? I don't know. In the meantime, we'll put that one on. So, good morning, everybody. Hope you're feeling well, feeling fit and ready to take on the good fight, as they say. I'll tell you what I can do whilst I'm here. Let's go back to, gotta remember where it is now. Options. Oh no, overlays. So go to, is it overlays? No. It's fly log, streaming. Right. This is what. So, I've already got this set up, I believe. So if I go back to live map and I put that on. Oh no, it's not going to show because it's in somewhere else. Oh, come on! It doesn't take this long to load an aircraft. That's getting ridiculous. You finished 3 hours ago, night shifting. You're awake already, man. You're a demon, a Trojan, a warrior. Are you gonna get some more sleep later on? I have, believe it or not, I have a NVIDIA GTX 1080 GTX 1080, which is fine. You get people in, oh, you've got to get the latest 3070. Somebody wrote on, I saw it yesterday in a forum somewhere, and somebody had bought the latest, or they'd ordered, no, they had it, a 3070, I think. They'd got a 37, and they were only getting 25 frames per second in, it wasn't Xplane, it might have been MF, no, it might have been Prepared. They were getting 25 frames a second on this humongous card. Now I'll tell you something, okay? I'll tell you. I'm serious. Let me look at the camera. These huge cards, like the 2080s and the 3070s or whatever the hell they are, they're great cards, but they're for video editing. Now, if you're producing television programs or you're producing films, they're fantastic, but they're not games cards. They are not. I mean, NVIDIA might say they are, and certainly if you're running something like Call of Duty, yeah, it'll be useful then. But they're not real video. They're not real gaming cards. They are video editing cards. If you've got a production suite, fantastic. I've got a 1080 GTX. I run Xplane, no problem at all. I was running the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, no problem at all. Smooth, fluid, beautiful, look fantastic, etc. I play Call of Duty on my machine, and I have frame rates like 101 frame rates per second. You do not. I really think the most important thing about flight simulation is RAM and CPU. Those are the most important things. These huge graphic cards, they're not worth, well, the one guy, I think it cost him $500, maybe more, and he was getting 25 frames per second. Says it all. Says it all. Right. Xplane has now gone black, so that means it is loading, so we'll hang on just a moment or two longer. So that's my personal view on graphics cards. Here we are. My SIMtoolkit won't let me add an image to an aircraft, so annoying. Right, hang on a second. Let me just sort this out. It is loading. It did this yesterday. I find with Xplane, if you leave it and don't click on anything else, it works. It crashes when you... Yeah, it does. The 3090 is definitely a video editing card. Yeah, the reason why that was, Dell, was that I forgot to turn Vulkan on, and also a couple of other things were causing a couple of problems there as well. That's what that was. Right, here we go. So let me I don't know why we're at night time. It's got to track real time. Okay, there we go. That's better. Right. Obviously, what I wanted to show you was this. Okay, so you'll now see that I am not online, but I am at Cardiff Airport. This zoom. There we are. I am at Cardiff Airport and I am on stand. Oh, this zoom is infuriating. So that's 210 foot at 0 knots. And there's Ben. He's at he's 213 feet, so he's 3 feet above me. Okay, so let's do this. Just going to go online. There's an update for Xpilot, so I'm not going to use that just yet. Come on, connect. I'll tell you something, nothing is going my way today. No, I don't want the update. Why won't you connect? Strange. Settings are alright. Yeah. Close. Will not connect. How odd. How odd. Alright, there you go. That's better. So connected to VATSIM. So let's put that down there. It should refresh and show me with my details. It should. Anyway, that was the main thing. The next thing is, oh gosh, is flight planning. Because we want to show a flight plan, didn't we? So load FMS plan. And there we are. Showing the flight plan. We're on runway 30. There's no SID. Runway 30. Exmoor. So you really need to get rid of that because that is wrong. So I tell you what I'll do. We'll go Brecon 1 Alpha instead. There we are. So put the Brecon 1 Alpha in. And it shows the route in flight planning now, all the way down to Madrid. So LMED arrival will be 36 left, and sorry, 32 left, and it's I gotta remember this now. But if you if you move that over and then go on here, as you put it on, it shows you the arrivals. And I think it's Orbix 1 Charlie. There we go. Into Madrid. And there is the arrival. I've flown into Madrid so many times in the real world as well, because my daughter and son-in-law were living there for 2 years, so we would fly into Madrid at least once a month. So there we have it, SIMtoolkit Pro. I found that, the 30, yeah. How much did you buy your 1080 for? Oh gosh, I can't remember. It was a lot, I know that. But I bought it brand new, and it was a Founders Edition. It was a lot. I can't remember. I know that it was a lot of money. I think you're probably right. It was probably about 600 quid. But at the time, the difference being was that for £600, and now I went up from I can't remember what I went up from. 980, I think. I can't remember. But there was a huge difference. And that was back when I was running Xplane11. My computer now is 4 years old. Something like that. And it's still, it still runs perfectly well. For those of you who've been around a while, you will know, of course, that I entered into a branding deal with Wired to Fire, and Wired to Fire and I have got a branded PC, branded Xplane dedicated PC, and the chips they're using the i5s now, with 16 gig of RAM. And the 2080 cards is in the base model, the base Xplane dedicated model PC, and that is absolutely amazing. The frame rates on it is absolutely stunning. I don't get anything from Wired to Fire. They sponsor my stand at RAF Cosford, so I don't get a financial kickback or anything. So I can talk about Wired to Fire. It's not a paid promotion. I bought my PC from them. I've had 2 PCs from Wired to Fire over the years, and this one I bought when I retired, and I used some of my retirement money to buy that, and c'est la vie. Although this year I am looking for upgrades, but I don't know what. I'm going to upgrade my processor. I'd like a new graphics card, but I think I might keep this graphics card because it's served me so well. It really has served me so well. So there we have it. Right. So that's what I wanted to show you. SIMtoolkit Pro. I always want to say SIMkit Tool Pro. SIMtoolkit Pro, which it's free, by the way. I don't know whether I said that. It is absolutely free, and you do get an awful lot for it. Considering it's free, you do get an awful lot, and I'm very impressed with it. Whether I will use it or not, I don't know, but I'm very impressed with what I see. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to use it and record flights in it, etc., and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, so. I'm going to go off. I'm going to take a break for 10-15 minutes. I'm going to go off, take a break for 10-15 minutes. When I come back, I will be doing a different kind of stream, which will be specifically for VATSIM beginners. It'll still be on my channel. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Twitch. But it will be a different format, and it's a bit of an experiment because I want to be able to invite other people in, other YouTubers, maybe influencers, whatever you want to call them, enthusiasts, maybe just members of Xplane Dedicated. We bring into the stream live, and they can broadcast. And what I'm going to do is specifically a VATSIM for beginners stream in a little while. Okay, so far, hope you've enjoyed the morning. I'll take a break and then I'll be back. I've got to download some software and try and get that going. Chester, good morning. Hope you're okay. I know that you've only just arrived, but I hope you're okay and you've enjoyed what you see so far. If not, well, we've got one thumbs up, one thumbs down. I don't really care about the thumbs down. It is what it is. We're in... At the moment, we're in a bit of a difficult situation, as we all know, but together we will get through it. So I wish you all the best wherever you live in the world. Thank you for tuning in. As I said, I will be back in a short while on this channel, but doing something different, I think. We will see. Okay, I'll see you shortly. Take care, and we'll grab some coffee. If it's morning, get some breakfast. If it's evening, get some dinner. And we'll see you very, very shortly.